touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kusa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get mad. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat.
This is the sound of BREAKING-Gunfire.
It's a cut on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans, and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Hello everyone, thanks for tuning back in. Hold on just a second. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your daily vitamins. Y'all, I did not know I was going to be coming right back, so there is breaking news. Okay, now Kikoba is the one who said, oh, you'll be back with breaking news. Now, how did you know that? Okay, so let's get ready to get into it. So with that all being said, hello, Claudette, Desmond, Elaine is here. All right, let's get into it with the people. Christine, Nessa G is in the house. We the people. All right, Khalid Harleen, Danny Joe is here. Juju B is in the house. Charles is here. All right, let's get into it. Vivian, Nene, shout out to everyone in the chat and everyone tuned into the Queen. Let's get this party started. Okay, first, let's have a brief word from my sponsor at 12 Tribes.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
All right, so with that all been said, don't forget you can purchase 12 Tribes Hair Oil at Etsy.com. Okay, just look for Lisa Crafts. You can also find it at Walmart.com. Okay, and don't forget that she sells a beard oil. Okay, so let's get into it because they're saying that there was a shooting at ABC, and clearly this has something to do with Jimmy Kimmel. Okay, so let's get into it. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. And also, by the way, they said people are boycotting Disney and all of that, and canceling Hulu and everything. Have y'all heard about that? So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Shooting at, hold on. Let me pull this up. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen so we can get into this. They have the cops still on the scene from the looks of it. Here we go.
Telling NBC News, someone pulled up, fired into the lobby, and drove off.
We're not going to stop looking for you.
This is unacceptable behavior. It's not going to be tolerated in Sacramento.
At least one person was in the lobby at the time, according to the station employee. Police say nobody was injured. While the motive is unknown, it comes amid backlash to the decision by Disney, ABC's parent company, to suspend Jimmy Kimmel's late-night show following the comments he made about Charlie Kirk's alleged assassin. Tonight, as ABC remains silent about the future of Kimmel, criticism growing over the company's decision and how the head of the FCC appeared to pressure ABC. In a rare break from the Trump administration, Republican Senator Ted Cruz joining those criticizing FCC Chairman Brendan Carr.
It's fine to say what Jimmy Kimmel said was deplorable, it was disgraceful, and he should be off air, but we shouldn't be threatening government power to force him off air. That's a real mistake.
President Trump tonight responding.
I think Brendan Carr is a great American patriot, so I disagree with Ted Cruz on that.
And also, again, suggesting revoking licenses from broadcasters that air unfavorable coverage of him.
They'll take a great story and they'll make it bad. See, I think that's really illegal, personally.
Meanwhile, outside Disney,
free speech is under attack.
Protests growing from New York to LA.
For a second day in a row now, supporters of Jimmy Kimmel are gathering outside Disney's headquarters, calling for him to be put back on the air. Many telling us they're now boycotting the company.
I'm canceling Hulu. I'm not going to watch Disney, and I'm going to avoid their advertisers like the plague.
Former Disney CEO Michael Eisner also now weighing in, writing on X, if not for university presidents, law firm managing partners, and corporate chief executives standing up against bullies, who then will step up for the First Amendment.
Jimmy, just let me say, I stand with you and your staff 100%.
With Kimmel still off the air, fellow late-night hosts now speaking up for him.
That is blatant censorship.
In America, we have a little something called the First Amendment. And let me tell you how it works.
I don't know what's going on, and no one does, but I do know Jimmy Kimmel, and he's a decent, funny, and loving guy, and I hope he comes back.
Liz joins us now live. Liz, I want to go back to that shooting in Sacramento. Do we know any more about what happened?
Well, Tom, police just gave an update, and they reiterated that this is a preliminary investigation. They do not know right now if this was a random or a targeted attack. They have not identified a suspect, but we do know that yesterday there were protesters gathered outside that station in response to ABC's decision to pull Kimmel off the air. Tom.
As prospectors, we know ourselves a boom, and booming Wi-Fi deserves a booming phone from Xfinity Mobile.
Get Xfinity Mobile on us for a year. Right now, claim an unlimited mobile line included with your Xfinity internet. Switch today.
Potentially more confusion tonight over this season's COVID.
All right, so with that all being said, you all, I am so sorry. Y'all know I be doing too much. Okay, I'm sitting up here multitasking. So with that all being said, what do you all think? Isn't it crazy? People canceling subscriptions and all of that. Now let's get into it, because here's what they're reporting. Here's what they're reporting. Are people canceling Disney, Hulu subscriptions? Poll shows that people are upset over Jimmy Kimmel. So with that all being said, let's talk about it. They say some people are canceling their subscriptions to Disney Plus and Hulu as social media users call for a boycott as part of a backlash over the suspension of Jimmy Kimmel Live. Now, ABC, owned by Walt Disney, said on Wednesday, September the 17th, that it will indefinitely stop airing the late-night talk show after Kimmel's comments about the fatal shooting of Charlie Kirk came under harsh criticism from the head of the Federal Communications Commission. Tell you all something though. Did you all hear what Ted Cruz was saying? Ted Cruz was saying it was absolutely deplorable and act like it was all so serious. He didn't even really say anything, and he didn't say anything negative about Charlie Kirk per se. He talked about the right. Isn't that what he said? I have to find his comment. But at the end of the day, he didn't say anything crazy. So anyway, goes on to say They say, while the move has been celebrated by President Donald Trump and critics of Kimmel and his comments over Kirk, some celebrities, Democratic lawmakers, and labor union SAG-AFTRA characterized the decision as a threat to freedom of speech. And that sentiment is echoed through some of the social media users calling for a boycott. They say among the hashtags being used online are boycott ABC and boycott Disney. Well, here's the thing. I don't really fool with ABC or Disney. Now, when I'm on here, I might show you all some clips from their news or whatever, but like on a regular, I don't watch ABC and I definitely don't fool with Disney. Y'all already know what I think about Disney after I exposed them about 5 years ago, okay, with the nefariousness of it all. Okay, so anyway, and at the end of the day, here's the thing. I'm not about to boycott anything for Jimmy Kimmel because Jimmy Kimmel is rich. Jimmy Kimmel is a rich person, okay? At the end of the day, now y'all didn't boycott for Monique, did y'all? When Monique was telling people to boycott Netflix, people was like, oh no, I'm not going to cancel my Netflix subscription. So I know y'all are not sending for a boycott for Jimmy Kimmel, but let me continue. So anyway, goes on to say that other users are also calling for a boycott of Nexstar Media Group Inc. as well, which previously announced that both its owned and partner stations affiliated with the ABC television network that would preempt Jimmy Kimmel Live or for the foreseeable future. Walt Disney, Hulu, and Nexstar did not immediately respond to a request for comment from the Desert Sun. Okay, so they say boycott everything affiliated with ABC and Disney. This is what they said on a post that got 56,000 likes on X. Another post with nearly 30,000 likes called for the boycott of Disney and Nexstar and said, hit them where it hurts, the money. Now, it comes as an online petition calling for a boycott of ABC and demanding the return of Kimmel's show, which garnered nearly 60,000 signatures as the morning of Friday, as of this morning, Friday, September the 19th. They say, let us show ABC and the nation that we support the First Amendment and Jimmy Kimmel's freedom to express his opinions and use his platform to speak for our shared opinions, just as the president does. Okay, let's show ABC, their advertisers, and their cowering executives that Americans will not stand by as free speech is eroded. Okay, a new YouGov poll found that 42% of U.S. adults strongly disapprove of Kimmel's show being taken off the air. More specifically, the question posed was, do you approve or disapprove of ABC taking Jimmy Kimmel off the air after the FCC chair criticized comments by Kimmel related to Charlie Kirk and suggested the FCC could take action? Hours before ABC confirmed it was pulling Jimmy Kimmel Live from the air late Wednesday, September the 17th, the head of the Federal Communication Commission, Brendan Carr, appeared on a conservative commentator's podcast during which he commended comments that Kimmel made days prior, okay, about Charlie Kirk. Now, the poll was conducted on Thursday, September the 18th, and surveyed 2,927 U.S. adults, okay, or 927 U.S. adults. It found that 26% strongly approved, 9% somewhat approved, and 8% slightly disapproved, and 16% just weren't sure. Now, another YouGov poll found that 44% said that the government is currently the biggest threat to free speech. Other options were activist groups, 17%, social media, 12%, universities, 6%, and corporations, 4%. In addition, 15% were not sure, and 3% said none of the above. The poll conducted on Friday, September the 19th, surveyed 3,010 U.S. adults. Okay, so do y'all hear this? This is all a whole mess. But I'm going to tell you all just like this. Okay, people who look like me, y'all don't have anything to do with this. Y'all don't have anything to do with this. Okay? That's what y'all don't have anything to do with. Now, y'all can boycott them if you want to. Red Aaron said, yeah, I support boycott ABC. F Jeopardy. Jeopardy? Okay. So anyway, I'm not studying them. I don't watch ABC, like I said, and I darn sure don't fool with Disney or Hulu. I don't have either of those. So I don't have to boycott. And with that all being said. So they say these people are mad, honey. Okay, now let's listen to what a former Disney CEO, Michael Eisner, weighs in on the Jimmy Kimmel suspension. Okay, he has some words. So I'm going to share my screen. Like so, everyone, please don't forget to like and share. Thank you in advance.
And moisturizer. It melts seamlessly into your skin and just gives you a glow. It's the ultimate you but better foundation. Learn more at jonesroadbeauty.com.
ABC is again replacing Jimmy Kimmel Live tonight with Celebrity Family Feud.
But some affiliates, those owned by the Sinclair Broadcast Group, will be airing a tribute to the conservative activist Charlie Kirk.
It was Kimmel's comments about the Kirk assassination that resulted in ABC pulling his show under pressure from the Trump-appointed chairman of the FCC.
Protesters demanded today that Kimmel be returned to the air. Meanwhile, the president again took aim at the networks, threatening to pull their station licenses for criticizing him.
He accused the networks of airing stories that are, quote, 97% negative about him. Nancy Cordes is at the White House. Nancy?
John, both the president and his FCC chair have now said that they may not stop with Jimmy Kimmel, that there are other TV hosts or even journalists that they think do not belong on the air. Critics, including some Republicans, say any move to pull broadcast licenses would be unprecedented and potentially unconstitutional.
With Jimmy Kimmel off the air for a third straight day, the fallout is growing. Film and TV writers protested outside ABC headquarters in New York, even as President Trump warned he may go after other networks next.
They give me only bad publicity or press. I mean, they're getting a license. I would think maybe their license should be taken away.
That is blatant censorship.
Kimmel's late-night counterparts rallied to his defense and engaged in some mocking self-censorship.
President Trump just wrapped up his 3-day trip to the UK, and he
looked incredibly handsome.
Today, Michael Eisner, the former CEO of ABC's parent company, Disney, slammed his successors, posting, "Where has all the leadership gone? Who will step up for the First Amendment?" Disney suspended Jimmy Kimmel Live on Wednesday for these remarks.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it.
The suspension came just hours after Trump's FCC chair, Brendan Carr, appeared to threaten to hold up a major affiliate deal over Kimmel's comments.
We can do this the easy way or the hard way.
Texas Republican Senator Ted Cruz called those comments, quote, dangerous as hell.
That's right out of Goodfellas. That's right out of a mafioso coming into a bar going, nice bar you have here. It'd be a shame if something happened to it.
But other conservatives argued Kimmel had it coming.
I don't feel sorry for him at all, and I think that Disney did the right thing.
Trump's distaste for Kimmel's brand of comedy dates back years.
Well, Jimmy Kimmel's a loser.
Trump has slammed him on social media at least 16 times since 2020.
Thank you, President Trump. Thank you for watching. I'm surprised you're still, isn't it past your jail time?
Nancy, we're hearing about a shooting incident at a TV station in Sacramento, California. What do we know about that?
Maurice, police are calling this a drive-by shooting. They say there were several shots fired at the TV station from a vehicle before it took off, and luckily no one was injured. The motive, they say, is still unclear, but one local law enforcement official said that attacks on the media or any type of business will not be tolerated.
And Nancy, today a judge threw out the president's $15 billion lawsuit against the New York Times. What reasoning did he give for throwing it out?
He said that Trump's 85-page complaint was more a laundry list of grievances and attacks on the Times than a serious legal document. He gave Trump's lawyers 28 days to file an amended complaint that is more, quote, professional and dignified. He also wants it to be 50% shorter than the first complaint.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for letting me and my family serve in South America. Nairobi, Kenya.
Budapest, Hungary. Krakow, Poland.
Osaka, Japan. Sao Paulo, Brazil. Isan.
Thank you for giving so that we can work with refugees in Europe. Thank you for your giving. It allows me to homeschool here in West Africa.
You make all of this possible.
And we are truly grateful.
Your prayers and your giving are making an impact on the world for Christ.
Cyber criminals stole more than $16 billion last year from unsuspecting victims. Nearly a third of those victims were seniors. Now one Texas teenager is using computer science to fight scammers. It's even earned her the title of Time Magazine's Kid of the Year. CBS's Karen Wong introduces us in tonight's In Depth.
In many ways, Tejasvi Manoj is an average 17-year-old.
You've got to balance like all of your classes, and then you have college applications as well. Hello, my name is Tejasvi.
But she's spending much of her senior year with a different type of senior.
I think asking for help, asking for assistance is really important, like knowing that you're not alone.
It's her commitment to this older community that's landed her here.
When did you find out? So I found out 12 hours.
You all hold on for 1 second, beloveds. I'm sorry. I'm on an important phone call. Hold on 1 second. All right, beloveds. Hold on just a second. Okay, so listen. Red Air said Queen's hustling. No. Here's what was going on. I was on the phone with somebody, okay? That's all. I was on the phone on an important phone call. All right, so my apologies, beloved. Y'all know sometimes things happen. Okay, so now with that all being said, this is all getting real crazy, right? Now, once in the chat, if you all think that you all should be boycotting ABC. Because listen, here's the thing. It's nothing wrong if you want to. I just said I'm not going to boycott it for Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel has money and all that, okay? But here's the thing. At the end of the day, I get what people are saying. Some people probably are looking at it like we need to show them that they can't just be snatching people's jobs. You know what I'm saying? Today it's Jimmy Kimmel, could be somebody else tomorrow. So maybe some people feel like, listen, we need to have a message sent so they can stop this craziness. You know what I'm saying? That's right. D Major said it's not just about Kimmel, though. This is a larger issue. I know, that's what I'm saying. Some people may feel like that. So that's all fine. Okay, so that all being said, let's talk about it because, honey, there's people all over the internet saying that they're not here for any of it. So let's go to some of these videos that they did on TikTok. Oh, but anyway, hold on. But didn't they say, if I'm not mistaken, didn't they say something about they might want to bring him back? But they said Jimmy Kimmel is pissed because, for one, they want him to apologize and send money to Charlie Kirk's family. Now listen to this. They say, and this is from the New York Post, Jimmy Kimmel is incredibly pissed and still balking at apologizing for Charlie Kirk comments as Disney bosses scramble. Okay, so they say an incredibly pissed off Jimmy Kimmel failed to make a deal with his Disney bosses Thursday to return to the air, still balking at their push for him to publicly apologize to for his Charlie Kirk comments. Publicly apologize. Now they're setting criteria. This is all a mess. The furious ABC Late Show host went to his lawyer's office in Los Angeles that afternoon for a video meeting with Disney TV honcho Dana Walden. The ABC late night head, Rob Mills, he went with them also to try to figure out a path forward for his show. Okay, Jimmy Kimmel Live. but neither side could reach an agreement, according to sources in Puck News, which first reported the meeting. So they say the tense closed-door powwow took place the day after Disney, the parent company of ABC, yanked Kimmel from the air for refusing to cop a mea culpa over his controversial statements or comments Monday and Tuesday about the assassination of conservative icon Kirk, and for digging in his heels when asked to tone down his anti-President Trump rhetoric, a source with knowledge of the situation told the Post. They say Jimmy is incredibly pissed, and he is a guy who never gets angry. They said the source said Disney execs are looking for a way to reinstate the late night star while trying to balance the outrage over his comments from the right and the sympathetic ABC affiliates with Hollywood elite left. Says, I think they will reinstate him, but Jimmy could quit too. They have a contract with this man. Is his contract coming to an end? What's going on here? What are the terms and conditions of his contract? Because I hope they didn't breach it. Because if they did, Jimmy can absolutely sue them. Now, if that happens, the network could end up paying him out of it. See, there it is. Just like I thought, if that happens, they say the network could end up paying him out of his contract, which is reportedly $16 million a year. A source close to the situation said Kimmel has a year left on his deal. See how low down Donald Trump is? He's trying to make people lose millions of dollars. Okay, low down, dirty snake in the grass. This is all a hot mess. Reps for Disney and ABC did not respond to Post requests for comment, nor did representatives for Kimmel respond. Now, they say the TV host surfaced Friday dressed in khaki pants, a white open neck button-down shirt, and dark shades, getting into a shiny black Audi, but declined to comment, saying that he was just trying to go to the doctor. Okay, Disney CEO Bob Iger and Walden, who is known for her great relationships with A-listers, are in the thick of the controversy too. They are not eager to anger either Hollywood nor the Federal the Federal Communications Commission, which is the FCC, and ABC affiliates Nexstar Media Group and Sinclair Broadcasting. They say Dana is freaking out, very emotional, shaken. Another source said of Walden, they said, who has been floated as a potential successor to Iger when he steps down as CEO in 2026. They say she has been flamed by her liberal friends and is scared of Trump. See, that's the problem. Everybody's scared of Trump, but why? Why are people letting Trump bully them? Okay, said and is scared of Trump and what he could do to her CEO campaign. She's afraid to confront stars like Jimmy and undermine her talent-friendly reputation. And as for Igar, the source said that he is enraged, but in true Igar fashion, not showing it, and that he thinks Kimmel needs to de-escalate the situation, saying this is a stain on his legacy. This is what a former ABC exec told the Post of Igar and the controversy as well, saying this will be the first paragraph of his obituary. It's that bad. Now, do you know how silly they sound? Do you all hear this? How the heck would this be the first paragraph of his obituary? Okay, why would his family even put that on there? Like, this is all crazy. They said Igor's predecessor, Michael Eisner, weighed in on the mess in a tweet on Friday, praising Kimmel as very talented and funny and ripping the FCC for its out-of-control intimidation of Disney and ABC through its threats to curb the host. Also supporting Kimmel have been late night rivals Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Fallon, Seth Meyers, and Jon Stewart. So they say former Tonight Show host Conan O'Brien publicly joined Kimmel supporters Friday by tweeting, saying the suspension of @JimmyKimmel and the promise to silence other late night hosts for criticizing the administration should disturb everyone on the right, left, and center. I know that's right, Conan. You tell them it's right. He said it's wrong, and anyone with a conscience knows it's wrong. It absolutely is wrong. Now, after Ben Stiller, comedians Wanda Sykes and Mark Maron, and even former President Obama, honey, have also thrown their backing behind Kimmel. See, now they done messed up. See, that's where they done messed up. Now they got Obama involved. I want y'all to pay attention because they were talking real greasy about Obama the other day, trying to put him in. Obama didn't have a damn thing to do with it. Okay, how y'all going to stretch all the way back to Obama and his administration and completely bypass the Biden administration? Have they lost their minds? Have they lost their minds? Hey, they need to leave the black man out of it. They always try to take the black folk down with them. Okay, well, who do they think we are? The Titanic? Supposed to always go down. But anyway, says that Kimmel got into trouble starting early in his monologue Monday night when he began talking about the brutal killing of Kirk at an event at Utah Valley University in Orem last week, saying that we hit some new lows over the weekend. This is what Kimmel said. And I want you all to pay attention because the man didn't say anything crazy. He said we hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them, and doing everything they can to score political points from it. Okay, that's all he said. That's literally all he said. Now, Kirk's accused killer is a lefty trade school student who is dating a man transitioning into a woman, they say. FCC Chairman Brendan Carr seized on Kimmel's comments and told CNBC they appeared to directly mislead the public. Now, in addition, online conservatives accused Kimmel of mischaracterizing the political views of the accused shooter, Tyler Robinson, whose mother said her son had shifted toward the political left and had become more pro-gay and trans right oriented. Now, I believe they're lying. The reason I believe they're lying, because it's also been reported, if you all remember, I told you about it, that Tyler Robinson was very radical and that he did not like Charlie Kirk because he preferred Nick Fuentes and felt like Charlie Kirk was not radical enough. Now, does that sound like he's on the side of the right or the left? Okay, please make it all make sense. Now, Disney's decision to suspend Kimmel also came after pressure from Nexstar and Sinclair, the two largest owners of ABC affiliate stations. Nexstar is currently trying to win Trump administration approval for its $6.2 billion acquisition of rival Tegna. Just a few hours before Kimmel's suspension was announced, Carr, a Trump appointee, suggested that there was a strong case for the FCC to take action against ABC and Disney, calling Kimmel's comments truly sick. Okay, sick because he said that the right had something to do with it and they're trying to act like he was not one of them. Disney's hoping to stay on the good side of Trump and the FCC after it settled a lawsuit for $16 million with the president just last year over defamatory claims by its star anchor, George Stephanopoulos. Now, it's also hoping to maintain its reputation as a home for creative talent, but ending its relationship with Kimmel will likely do major damage. It's a lose-lose situation with Kimmel and ABC. This is what former Disney execs said of the situation, saying there is no good solution. But one source said Kimmel could come out of this better off. The late night host, whose sources told the Post has been angling to retire from his show after 22 years, has been in a ratings rut for the better part of his career. The truth is that Kimmel has been mired in second or third place for 22 years. He is very expensive, the source says. Jimmy hasn't had more attention and interest in his entire career. He has been talking about leaving the job for years. He can take his talent to YouTube, where he gets more viewers anyway. Kimmel got extra support Friday from about 100 people at a protest organized by the Writers Guild of America outside the ABC Disney studios on Hudson Street in downtown Manhattan. It's very possible a late night host could say something offensive. This is what Greg Iwinski, 40-year-old and a former writer for Colbert's show, and John Oliver, saying they should genuinely apologize to who they've hurt in the way that they feel is appropriate. Okay, to do that, they can get yelled at by their bosses, or there's plenty of things that could happen. But the remedy to it is not the FCC guy going on a podcast a couple of hours later. Affiliate groups say we're pulling the show, and then the network pulls the show. The issue here is that the guy in charge of the public airwaves, Carr, said that Kimmel should be gone, and by the nighttime, he was gone. So that's really the issue, right? Because who is this guy, and why does he have the authority to just start, making things like that pop off? Who the hell is he? Okay, the Black Prophet said Disney Plus and Hulu getting canceled by a lot of subscribers. Disney sucks. Honey, I don't fool with Disney Plus or Hulu anyway. Like I told you all, I like Amazon Prime and Netflix. Okay, that's what I watch. And BET Plus. All right. And Tubi, of course. Now, with that all being said, let's go to some of these TikToks. Likes up, everyone, please. Don't forget to like and share. Thank you in advance, beloveds. Share my screen. Mary said, no honor amongst thieves. Absolutely.
This Jimmy Kimmel situation is about to affect WWE and ESPN's new deal. Hi, guys. Mr. Blood here with an episode of the Blood Drop on Snug Wrestling. We're going to talk today about how the suspension of Jimmy Kimmel from his show, Jimmy Kimmel Live, is going to directly affect ESPN and WWE's new deal, specifically because now there are hundreds upon thousands of people calling to boycott all Disney-owned streaming platforms, including Disney Plus, Hulu, ABC, and ESPN. Now, this is a big deal because a lot of big names, big name actors, producers, people inside of these Disney Plus and Hulu and ABC and ESPN families, the Screenwriters Guild, like we're talking big, important people with huge platforms urging everybody to boycott these platforms. We're talking thousands of people, hundreds of people, more than that, who are agreeing to do it and already have started canceling their actual subscriptions in droves. Now, the original crux of this issue is that Jimmy Kimmel, right after Charlie Kirk had died, went on air and basically stated and insinuated essentially that he felt like they were treating Charlie Kirk like a martyr of some kind in a sense, and that they were trying to use what happened to him as left or as rightist MAGA propaganda, and that the MAGA gang were essentially propping up what happened to him to use it essentially as a reason to go after the left even further, essentially, again, turning Charlie Kirk into a martyr, and that they didn't seem bothered by it and that he felt it was a disgusting act. Now, these comments were heavily criticized by Brendan Carr. Who's Brendan Carr, you ask? He's the appointed head of the FCC, appointed by Donald Trump last year in November. And in other cases, that basically means he's the guy that tells you what you can and cannot say and do on television, or you can lose your license, which was then subsequently lingered over and insinuated by Trump and Brendan Carr that those licenses should be or could be taken away if you did not comply with what the FCC wanted you to do and say. Donald Trump was upset about this, and he stated that he feels like 97% of all media is against him and gives him bad publicity, and that he believes that if you continue to do that, you could be punished for it. Now, this affects WrestlePalooza this upcoming Saturday and future ESPN PLEs that WWE will be putting on, because ESPN is owned by Disney. And you're talking about a substantial drop in subscriptions here if this boycott goes even further and keeps hitting all new highs here. Remember, a part of getting that ESPN deal is a bundle with Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN, so you can watch WWE PLEs without paying the extra $30 a month through ESPN's new direct-to-consumer platform. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and remember to stay safe, stay savage, and stay snug.
Ooh, I want y'all to pay attention. I bet they had no idea this was coming, and now they're coming out with a little sad story. I want y'all to pay attention. They're coming out with a sad, sob story trying to say that, oh, we didn't want to get rid of Jimmy Kimmel. We didn't want to fire him and get rid of his show, but we're afraid. We're afraid of what Donald Trump is going to do to us if he finds out that we didn't get rid of him. If y'all don't sit down somewhere, why is everybody scared of this man? Why is everybody scared of this darn man? But that's what they're saying, honey, that people are canceling in droves. People are canceling in droves. And now they're coming out talking about we didn't want to do it, but we're afraid of retaliation from Trump. What type of world do we live in? What sort of country is this when people have to fear the president doing retaliatory things, taking retaliatory measures against them? Y'all don't find this extremely disturbing? Because I do. I absolutely find this disturbing, okay? This is all crazy.
And you have no one to blame but yourself. Even though you have the full cookie, you forget that the only reason why you have the full cookie is because we pay for your products and services. And when you bend the knee to a toddler orange Cheeto mango Mussolini fascist, You bend the knee. That's an incredibly short-sighted way of looking at things. Instead of thinking of the long run and all your millions of users and subscribers and consumers, you bent the knee for a short-sighted thing. Now, in the long run, we're canceling our subscriptions. We're canceling our cruises. We're canceling our Disney trips. We're canceling everything. We're boycotting Marvel. We're having protests outside of your buildings. We're going over to Universal. We're going over to things that don't have anything to do with you or your sub-companies, because we're smarter than that. Did you not think about Target? Target has been losing ever since we boycotted them. And what you forget is that the right doesn't have a lot of money. The blue does. The right has a 3rd grade reading level and barely any financial literacy. The blue side is your educated, highly qualified, money-making consumer. They have the money, but you've pissed off all of them. So now they're all canceling their stuff. And the red side is like, oh, hey, we're going to book our Disney trips. They don't realize just how fucking expensive that shit is. So I hope that you have fun with the mess that you have caused. And maybe this is a cautionary tale to the rest of the corporations that you might want to think about the consumers that give you the cookie, even though you give us the crumbs. You might want to think about the consumers that are buying your products and spending money on your subscriptions and paying for the trips and the cruises and all these other things with your $40 sodas at your amusement parks or whatever. You might want to think about that before you do some stupid stuff like bend the knee to a fascist and censor a comedian.
These people are going in, you guys. These people are going in. Do y'all hear it? They're all ticked off. All right, they're all ticked off, and I can't blame them, because what type of bullish is this? Okay, what type of bullish is this? This is all so ridiculous to me. This country is just going to hell in a handbasket. I'm sorry, it's true.
I had all of it. I don't even watch TV like that, but for whatever reason, I still had it. I don't know why I had it all. Maybe I just thought it was a good deal. I don't know, but you know what? I did. I had all of it. And now, baby, now I don't. And they had the audacity to ask me why I'm canceled. Bitch, I'm going to tell you, you want to know why? Right here. Do you see why? Because you canceled Jimmy Kimmel and you support the downfall of free speech. I was going to use other terms like you support the F word or you support authoritarian. You know what? I'm not going to play that game with them because I just don't have the energy this week for that. Maybe Monday I'll power up, but right now I just don't have the strength. So you don't support free speech. I'm not gonna be able to do it. Maybe now it's done. It's done, and ain't no changing my. Ain't no be no changing the mind. It's not gonna be no changing the mind. You were too damn expensive in the first place. Anybody changing the mind? It's over. It's done. It's finito, boo. And Disney, and I'm probably not gonna be able to continue to watch Marvel movies. It's all over. So thank God I saw the Fantastic Four and Suit and all that shit before it's gone. Okay, but I'll never find out.
And now you go, buddy. Get on out of here with that foolishness. These people are a hot mess. Y'all hear it? Reggie said he ain't got the strength. The strength. I am so done. These people are not playing games, honey. They don't know what they got themselves into, honey. I'm glad I'm not Disney or ABC or Hulu, because, honey, y'all are going down for the count. They better hope they don't get treated like Target out here in these streets, okay? NFL, you're next if Shakur Sanders doesn't play Sunday, okay? Please miss me with
Jimmy Kimmel is suing Disney for $1 billion. After being wrongfully terminated from Jimmy Kimmel Live, Jimmy Kimmel has now gone and filed a lawsuit for $1 billion against Disney for wrongful termination. Jimmy Kimmel's contract, it specifies that as long as he doesn't use the 7 words that is outlawed on national television, that he is allowed to speak on any topics, including political satire or political topics, without any repercussions or firing from the studio. Jimmy Kimmel show did not actually come out and say anything against Tyler Robinson or CK. In fact, his comments were very neutral to the fact that Rolling Stone broke an article saying that after speaking to executives had thought that Jimmy Kimmel's statements on Monday night's television show wasn't actually over the line at all, but were capitulating to the fact that this administration was going to force or try to remove their broadcasting licenses. That being said, it doesn't give Disney just cause to fire Jimmy Kimmel, considering he was exercising his First Amendment rights. You know, the First Amendment rights, the one where we're allowed to speak our mind, to speak freely to the things that we believe in, just like CK. Although the things that CK actually spoke about, if you posted them in this platform, would be flagged as hate speech or violation of community guidelines. What do you guys think? Please leave a comment.
You all, what is really going on? Yeah, what is really going on? Okay, moving right along. Let's go to the next. Now, Beverly said the young lady that was speaking about the people at Diddy's parties, well, a couple of days ago, she was back at it, calling names of people doing things. Well, she called out Jimmy Kimmel's name allegedly. Honey, she called out Jimmy Kimmel's name because Jimmy Kimmel is in the news. That's all that is, honey. These grifters go around here telling these darn lies, acting like they know this, that, and the third, and don't know jack, and just making up stuff as they go and charging people for interviews. Pay attention. And now talking about Jimmy Kimmel. Well, you never said Jimmy Kimmel before, but now you're saying it. Well, yeah, that's because Jimmy Kimmel is trending, okay? That's all that is. They say a name of somebody that's trending, add them to the mix. So now somebody wants to get them on their channel and interview them, honey. These people are liars who lie. Please don't fall for the BS, okay? Please don't fall for the BS. These people are liars. If they were telling the truth, how come they didn't testify at the trial? All right. How come no prosecutors called them in for questionings? All right. Please make it all make sense. I'm sure they cannot. Now, with that all being said, let's continue. I mean, y'all know that a liar doesn't care. A lie doesn't care who tells it, honey, as long as it gets told. And you're probably talking about Lamisha Fuller with her lying no good self. Please, her or Drea English.
You could do it. I really did it. I didn't think we all could do it. In terms of the amount of people that are canceling in droves, ABC, all of their platforms, Disney Plus, Hulu, but also the cruises, the trips. I mean, their stock is just plummeting. And I think that I've never thought that I would see this in my lifetime with Disney. And I'm in shock because of the amount of people that have children. I really did not think people with children would actually take this route and do this. So, I mean, kudos to you. I don't have children. So people that have children, kudos to you in doing this. This is an incredible lesson you're teaching your kids. But the other question, or the other thing, it's not a question, the other comment that I really want to make about this is, you've heard it here first. I think that this is actually really going to change the landscape of how we consume entertainment and media. We already were aware that network TV, the cable, that the big three, that this was this dying breed that was going on and they were hanging on by a thread for a very long time. And I think that it opens it up, media, in really different ways, which is super fascinating to me as somebody who's grown up watching ABC pretty much my whole life and still has cable until I cancel it Monday. But the other thing is that it's changing, I think, just how we're going to consume media. It's changing where we're going to. It's already happened. But now if Jimmy Kimmel, I mean, he's going to have so many options in terms of, does he go on YouTube and do something? Does he do a podcast? Like, what is the format that he does where then he can just do what he wants? The shackles are totally off at this point now, which is kind of wonderful. He'll probably make even more money. I hope he can take all his staff with him in terms of that, so they're not out of work. That's kind of just the hope, or just kind of what I'm really intrigued with and interested with at this point. I'm interested to see, again, I mean, the view's coming on a little bit, and I want to see, they probably won't address it, and I understand why. I'm not criticizing the ladies of the View because I love them. My point is that, God forbid, if they're next on the chopping block, which I'm not going to be surprised about, again, does this actually end up opening up more doors? I think that there actually could be a lot of hope. I feel way more enthusiastic, hopeful, optimistic than I did yesterday. And it was from watching different influencers, watching people like yourself that just have different takes on this, that the media landscape is already evolving, even more so now, and we're not going to be dictated and controlled. So it's like, okay, I was listening to, what's her name? Kira Swisher, her podcast this morning at the gym. Like, all right, take it, go ahead, go for it. Take.
Okay, he's just rambling on and on. I'm tired of listening to it. Please pay attention. All right, please pay attention, honey. Some of these people get on here and just be talking and don't be saying much. So that all being said, I hope you all don't think that I watch these videos before I play them, because I don't. I just go in there and type in the topic and take what I find. Please pay attention.
Disney Plus, ABC, ESPN, the whole thing. Cancel that Disneyland trip in December with a bunch of people that are going to go. We should cancel. I mean, they're going to tell us what comedians we can listen to. They're going to cave from Donald Trump, but then they're going to put on that whole show how they're going to tell Ron DeSantis, we're going to stand up to you. We're Mickey Mouse. I mean, that was all performative. They're probably best friends with that chocolate pudding governor of Florida, but that's besides the point. The point is, when you start telling us what we can and cannot do, and then you want us to keep paying you, I'm not going to do it. Boycott Disney, ABC, ESPN. We don't need that shit. We can download it anywhere. Let's go.
Isn't that something? I find it all so interesting how all y'all little behinds want to stick together all of a sudden, huh? Isn't that something? Ain't that so cute and sweet? So now all of y'all little old folks want to stick together because y'all fighting for y'all freedom of speech. I knew they was going to find a way to get y'all little Negroes involved. Didn't I know it? Yeah, I sure did. Y'all hear it? I find it all so interesting, honey. They done got y'all hook, line, and sinker with Jimmy Kimmel. Y'all sitting up here talking about y'all gonna boycott Disney and Hulu and all that, honey. They got y'all arses. They got y'all. I knew y'all couldn't stay out of it. I knew you couldn't. I knew they was gonna get you one way or another. Okay, they done hung somebody from a darn tree. They done called in threats to HBCU, and y'all finna be boycotting and with them. Okay, go right ahead. Knock yourselves out, honey, but I won't have any parts of it. That's what I won't do. Okay, Rick said it's sweet and salty, but I ain't biting. I know that's right, honey. Please miss me with all of it, honey. I don't have anything to do with this. Anything that got any damn thing to do with Charlie Kirk, the fallout, the infighting, the boycotting. I don't have a damn thing to do with it, baby. Okay? I don't have a darn thing to do. Y'all let me know when a black person has something going on. All right? That's what y'all do. I boycott Target because they took away DEI, honey. Okay? That's all I'm saying. I ain't got time for Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel got coins. Okay? This man was already planning to retire. Now, I know y'all want to keep y'all's freedom of speech. I do too. But at the end of the day, y'all lost your freedom of speech a long time ago. Now y'all concerned about boycotting. See, here's the thing. Y'all should have boycotted. Desmond, if you don't sit down somewhere, keep on texting me or post it in the chat. Queen, I sent you some news on Trump. Desmond, I saw your comment, beloved, okay? I got the news on Trump 10 minutes ago. I just forgot to tell you because I'm multitasking. Okay, so now with that all being said, I knew they would find a way to get y'all's little black arses in there. Red said, I ain't been to Target since the pandemic. Okay. DSB said, exactly, Queen, my warrior sister. Facts and more important than any of our feelings. That's right, beloved. And by the way, DSB, I miss you too, beloved. Shalom. All right. Y'all know what time it is. Honey, y'all can sit there. Look at DJ D Major talking about freedom of speech and expression is more important than any of our feelings. It really is. But here's the thing. Y'all already lost it. Okay. Y'all didn't realize y'all lost it, but y'all thought it was still here. Freedom of speech has been dead in this country. It left in 2020 when the pandemic came along. Y'all don't remember? Need I refreshing your memories? Oh, my beloved family. Be ones? Have you forgotten so quickly? We lost freedom of speech 5 years ago. Remember when Mark Zuckerberg has even admitted that he was told to censor people. All right. Didn't he say the Biden administration told him to do all of that? Right. And that's why we're on YouTube and TikTok and Facebook using words like grape and S assault and red rum. Sorry, we've been lost freedom of speech, honey. I don't know what y'all boycotting for. Y'all must just be boycotting for Jimmy Kimmel to get his job back so he can make the rest of that $16 million that Trump snatched out of his hands. Okay, I'm not doing all of that. I'm not doing all of that, okay? Because I don't like Jimmy Kimmel that much, okay? I don't like him that damn much, okay? Please. All right? Not that I have Disney, Hulu, or give a darn about ABC anyway. I don't even have those channels. ABC, of course, we all have that. But I'm saying Hulu and Disney, I don't fool with them anyway. So at the end of the, that's right, Broken Sound said unalive. Right. How silly does that sound? Oh, they got unalive. Delete it. What? Am I an email now? Don't delete yourself. What are you, an email, a text message? This is all crazy, but this is what we have to go through. Okay, please make it all make sense. Mary said, your dream queen about the venom. I remember. Thank you, beloved. It's good to see you, Mary, beloved. I haven't seen you in a minute. Yes, I did warn y'all about that venom and about the pandemic too. I had dreamt both things before it all happened. Honey, y'all know I be prophetic. That's why I knew that they was going to get y'all asses one way or another. That's why I knew they was going to get y'all one way or another. Y'all just couldn't hold out, huh? Mm, mm, mm. Guyanese doll said there's an old saying, when you don't hear, you're gonna feel. I know that's right. Adonia said, Shalom, Queen. You are on point as usual. Wake them up. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. Wavy though said, and you had dreams about Trump. Yep, about them trying to take Trump up out of here and the Secret Service possibly being involved or suspected of being involved, and it all went down just like I told y'all. Isn't it crazy? Isn't it crazy? Let me tell y'all something. I used to work this job one time and I had this dream about these coworkers getting into a fight, and I told them about it. And then later on that day, they got into a fight, and then everybody was like, oh, Queen, honey, don't you have any dreams about me? It was all nefarious. I always been like that since a kid. Okay, so now let's get into this, because this lady right here is also talking about cancel your Hulu and Disney. Y'all go right on ahead.
So, Rolling Stone has just confirmed that the executives at ABC and Disney didn't think what Jimmy Kimmel said was that bad, didn't want to cancel his show, but their fear of retaliation from Donald Trump is why they did this. And this is what I'm saying when I keep saying, everybody keeps kowtowing to this motherfucker, and we sit here. There's 340 million fucking people in the United States. We have the fucking power, but instead,
hold on, girl, lady, you dropping the F-bomb. Y'all hear that? How many F-bombs did she just drop? And she looks like somebody's school teacher. I wouldn't even have expected that to come out of her mouth. Here we go. Let's keep it going, honey. Ma'am, please tone it down some.
these companies are kowtowing to him in more fear of him than they are of us, the consumer, because at the end of the fucking day, they think we're still going to use their product, even though they're kowtowing to him. They're so scared of him putting sanctions or suing them that they are doing this shit because they think regardless, we're going to still support them. And the only fucking way we're going to see this shit stop is if we FAFO they motherfucking asses and do all these companies.
Okay, darn it. Now that's it. Now that is where I draw the line. Okay, let me tell you all something. All this cursing she's doing is very unattractive. I have been cursing sometimes myself lately. Y'all know for 5 whole years that I've been on YouTube, I did not curse. And then the people started ticking me off. Honey, I'm not cursing anymore. This sounds awful. This is so unfeminine, ma'am. Ma'am, this is terrible. D Major Skeleton said. Hold on, DSB saying you have been on point, Queen, about everything. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. Now, this little nefarious one named D Major Scale said, let her cuss, Queen. Juju B is so low down talking about Queen. I love when you curse. Oh, I bet you do. I'm not going to be cursing from now on. I promise. This is sounding egregious. Listen to her go.
Like we fucking did Target and show their asses. Trump is not it. Like the people are the power. This is the motherfucking people's United States. That is our White House. We elect these motherfuckers. We put these people in fucking office, and we have the power to take them the fuck out of office. The end of the fucking day, if we actually put our fucking dollars where the fuck it matters, because nothing in this this fucking country, this motherfucker running like a company got me fucking saying that. Nothing in this country works without the American people's fucking dollar. So
y'all, I absolutely can't believe it. I finally found someone that curses more than Michi. This lady literally, I know darn well this lady done cuss more than Michi. Michi don't even curse that much in a whole broadcast. This lady has done a TikTok, and it's not even it's only 2 minutes and 38 seconds, and we're only a minute and a half in. And I can't even tell you how many curse words she says. I've lost count. I have literally lost count. I gotta call Meech and tell her, honey, somebody done beat you to the punch with all this cursing. That's all crazy. Retired federal police officer said, "You sound great when you curse, Queen. I be cracking up." Now, see, y'all take me for a joke. Y'all, what am I here to amuse you all? Y'all, who do y'all think I am, Joe Pesci? Please, I'm not cursing anymore ever after this. Y'all hear this lady? That's not going to be me. Nope.
We don't put our fucking dollars behind it. It ain't gonna matter what the fuck he tries to sue them for, because they're not gonna have no fucking money. So if we stop watching ABC, cancel Hulu, cancel your Disney Plus, stop supporting these companies that want to kowtow and want to fucking kiss the fucking ring. That's why Apple's saying that shit ain't selling right now.
Does she somehow possibly think that the more profanity she uses, the more it's gonna drive home her points, perhaps? D Major said, "I'm hollering." Hold on. No, y'all didn't. I'm gonna call Meech and tell her. Kim here talking about Meech's cousin. Y'all are terrible. A special case said, "I admit I laugh at your cursing, Queen." Y'all are something else. Dangerous said, "Not Joe Pesci, Goodfellas." Yes, that's who y'all must think I am, honey. Y'all got me effed up, okay? That's all I'm gonna be doing from now is abbreviated curse words, honey. I'm not gonna say all of this. What? She's gonna curse about 5 more times before she leaves out. We only got 38 seconds left, like 48 seconds.
Target, look at what the fuck they're going through. If we actually acted like fucking people have power instead of motherfucking ussies with a P in the front, we might motherfucking have some fucking change here. The only way we're gonna see this is if we fucking stand up. Stop supporting these motherfucking companies that want to kiss his fucking ring. That's the only fucking way. Because you see what fucking Korea did, pulled they fucking plants, and then he begging and pleading, well, maybe they should be able to stay. Now they're like, fuck y'all. And now we're losing billions of dollars. What? We need to be like these people. Pull our fucking money. Cancel your shit. It's the only way you're gonna get fucking change.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. Now, I told you all that lady was probably gonna curse 5 more times in the 48 seconds. Honey, that lady cursed 16 more times. She said 60. That's a world record right there. Somebody called the Guinness Book. Did y'all hear it? That lady said 16 curse words in 48 seconds. All right. Pensacola said cussing and cursing are different things. You're right about that. You're darn sure right about that, beloved. Thank you for the update. And thank you for the contribution to the channel. Peace, love, and blessings. Yes. Cussing is just when you're using profane words, vulgar words, all right? Profanity. But cursing is when you like use those words and you wish something on somebody. I hope you effing get hit by a bus. Something like that. That's cursing. Y'all know they be cursing people for real when they put those spells on your little arses. So y'all better be careful. Honey, that was a lot of cursing, right? Why did she keep saying all those F-bombs and MFs? I feel like I need to go clean my ears out real quick. Can y'all hold on for a second? Child, this is all nefarious. Anywho, let's go on to the next video. What was she thinking? Pensacola said she made me happy. No, she did. Oh, Pensacola. Thank you for the contribution, beloved. Peace, love, and blessings. Reggie said she's got a demon in her tongue. Clearly. And she curses more than somebody with Tourette's. And you know that's all they be saying are curse words. That's why I think that's demons. When people have that, I think that it's nothing but demons. Because how come those people are always blurting out random vulgarities and profanities? Why don't they ever blurt out something, say, praise Jesus? Right? They yell and say, God loves you. Have a good day. Peace and blessings. How they don't do that. People with Tourette's syndrome be blurting out all kind of vulgarities, cursing your arse all the way out randomly. What's really going on there? What's really going on there? Y'all don't think that's demons? I have several questions, honey, okay? Just sitting there, I was riding in the car with somebody with Tourette's syndrome one time, honey, in a convertible, and the wind was blowing through my hair. I thought I was doing it. They're sitting in the back seat. My friend, who was their cousin's driving, all of a sudden, they blurred out, fuck you, bitches. What did we do? And of course, I didn't realize they had Tourette's at that point. I had just met her. right? Kiss my ear off and A. What the hell? Is your cousin all right? She okay back there? She needs some water or something, perhaps? Oh, on the fairy said, I don't have time for it. Let me out of the next corner. Okay, because when she was like, oh, I'm sorry, she has Tourette's. Tourette's? Girl, those are demons. Let me up out of here because I don't have time to perform no exorcism. Okay, I don't have time for any of it. But anyway. J Love the Queen sitting up here talking about there's nothing wrong with cussing. Even Paul cussed in the Bible. Did he? Honey, I'm not Paul. Okay, I'm not Paul, honey. I'm trying to make it on into the kingdom, honey. Okay, I told the Most High I was going to do better and be better, honey. And cursing or cussing, either one, does not have a darn thing to do with me getting my life in order. Y'all do want me to be back on that spiritual channel next week, don't you? All right, well, I got to raise my vibrations. I have to raise my vibrations, honey. I can't be out here cursing, going in on folk, acting all ghetto and crazy, because y'all know I get real ghetto sometimes, and I be trying not to, but sometimes y'all just be raising my temperature, okay? Anyway, let's get back to business. Because Lord have mercy, they are going in so hard on ABC, Disney, and all that, that they went and dug up some old arse lyrics from Eminem. They went, D Major said Queen wants to be in that number when the Saints go marching in. Honey, not the Saints. Could you imagine me, y'all? Could y'all imagine me playing the trumpets, marching, dressed all in white? What about 10 more people in front of me? Honey, I might be plenty of things, baby, but a saint isn't one. And I'm not even going to sit here and lie because the Most High knows the truth. And he's looking right at me like, Queen, don't try it, okay? You know darn well you're not a saint. Okay, don't push your luck. You barely got your pinky toe in the door, okay, past the gates, okay? Please pay attention, Queen. I'm talking to you. It's your Father, the Most High. Honey, let me get off this phone so I can talk to the Most High seriously because I got work to do. I got some serious work to do, honey. I'm having issues. Please pay attention. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's get into it, honey, because they done dug up these old arse Eminem lyrics like I told y'all. Pay attention.
But we had an issue when Eminem said, so the FCC won't let me be me. And let me be very clear, CBS, now is the time to book all of your chiropractic appointments. Now is the time to get in the gym, because if y'all cave to that man King Kankles and his friend over at the FCC and I have to give up beyond the gates, I'm a... And so now, before we get into the Jimmy Kimmel, ABC, Disney boycott of it all, I want to be very clear that I understand the subsidiaries and Sinclair owns. I get all of that, right? ABC is the company with the microphone, and the person with the microphone should be as clear as possible. We shouldn't have to go through and understand corporate law to understand who we should be boycotting and why y'all had to save it. Now, we might be here for multiple parts. Wasn't my initial plan, but I want to be very clear that what is happening, the pausing of the Jimmy Kimmel show, is censorship. Quite literally. And because we have had historical references, we know why censorship is so important to the idea of fascism, tyranny, King Kankles, like, hello. Because we already have the playbook, because we can look back and see how well that did not work in the past. Now is the time to be extreme as consumers. Cancel it, boycott it. Let them know right now. Step one, we ain't playing with y'all.
All right, y'all heard what she said. She said they're not playing, honey. Okay. Why y'all in this chat bringing up old stuff? Look, I'm Rifling Christ said we've heard you, Queen. That time, talking about, y'all heard me cursing, talking about that time when YouTube was messing with your channel and you were trying to get it fixed, and you blessed YouTube really good when you thought they had kicked you off live. Oh, honey, that was a sad day, honey. I was so darn mad, and y'all did hear me cursing. I thought they had kicked me off the air, and I didn't know y'all could hear me, and I was up here dropping F-bombs and all that. Honey, I was so embarrassed when my chief moderator, Desmond, called me and said, Queen, we heard you cursing. The shame of it all, okay? The shame of it all. And I had all y'all fooled too, thinking I was just a sweet little old Christian. Last I exposed myself. Please pay attention.
about what happened last night to Jimmy Kimmel?
Well, this is misery. And in the world of somebody who's an authoritarian, maybe a dictatorship, sooner or later, everyone is going to be touched. But this is me. For 30 years, I did this for a living. So I see this happen. They took care of Colbert. That was rude. That was inexcusable. The man deserves a great deal of credit. He's in the Hall of Fame 9 times. And to be manipulated like that because the Ellison family didn't want to trouble Donald Trump with this move, so they got rid of him. Not only got rid of him, got rid of the whole franchise. You're not going to have to worry about anything, Larry. It's all gone. It's fine. Good night. And then my good friend Jimmy Kimmel. I feel bad about this because we all see where this is going, correct? It's managed media, and it's no good. It's silly. It's ridiculous, and you can't go around firing somebody because you're fearful or trying to suck up to an authoritarian, criminal administration in the Oval Office. That's just not how this works.
Right. Okay. Detected. No lies detected. Now, whose grandfather was that? Because he told nothing but the truth. Donald Trump got everybody shook. He don't have me shook. He don't have me shook, honey. That's what he doesn't have me. Okay, so let's talk about what Trump did. And Desmond just had to send me this information. Y'all, I want y'all to listen to this. Now, when did this come out today? Is this some breaking news? I think it did. It says it was updated 12 minutes ago. Trump announces another lethal strike on alleged drug trafficking vessel in international waters. Hold on, Des. Is this new? Because I reported on this the other day. Don't tell me this is a third boat. Hold on. I know Trump. This is a third boat that Trump has had shot up. Hold on. Let me just make sure real quick. Yeah, this ain't it, Des. This is from the other day, beloved. I'm pretty sure. I already reported on this, but thank you. I appreciate you. President Donald Trump on Friday announced, no, this is today. This man is not just going around here blowing up everybody's boats and stuff. Y'all hear this? Hold on, honey. Let's get into it. Sorry, Des. I said this man cannot be blowing up all these boats. Lord have mercy. Donald Trump has clearly lost his mind, honey. Okay, so let's get into it. Hold on, let me see here. No. This is old. This is from like 2 days ago. And basically what they did is they gave an update in this article. That's all it is. I was about to say, I know this man is not out here just having them blow up boats left and right. Okay? We know he doesn't have the sense that the Most High gave a gnat. But I'll tell you what he has done. Here's what they're saying. Federal prosecutor tasked with investigating Trump adversary Letitia James. This came out 47 minutes ago. And then also they say Trump adds a $100,000 fee for high-skilled foreign workers in major visa overhaul. What is he up to? Hold on, let me see what this is, honey. This sounds nefarious. Okay, so President Donald Trump signed 2 executive orders Friday aimed at raising billions of dollars through high visa fees for companies seeking to hire high-skilled foreign workers and for wealthy foreigners. One of the orders creates a new visa category for people willing to pay $1 million to enter the U.S. or whose employers are willing to pay the U.S. $2 million to sponsor them. Do y'all hear this? Now, y'all remember when Trump was first talking about this idea? Do y'all remember this? When he first was talking about this? And I thought at the time he said he was going to charge him like $5 million. Maybe it was $1. But this man is really sitting up here grifting. And y'all do know that they said his kids made all this money, right? Yeah, they made all these millions of dollars. But hold on. So it goes on to say they're going to get people to sponsor them, some of these employers, and pay $2 million. Now, while signing the order in the Oval Office on Friday, Trump dubbed the new visa the Trump Gold Card. Do y'all hear this? Lord, how is this man getting away with any of this stuff at this point? Okay, how is he getting away with any of this stuff at this point? And then you're going to tell me, Marlon, there's no white privilege? They say this program will raise more than $100 billion, which we'll use for cutting taxes and paying down debt. They're going to spend a lot of money to come in. Now, I want you all to pay attention because I'm telling you right now, I don't believe Trump. I don't believe Trump at all. He's talking about it's going to cut taxes. RK said it was $5 million and he got paid. Okay. This man is doing the most. He is doing the absolute most. This should be illegal. And he's trying to get people in on it to go for it without complaint by saying it's going to lower taxes and pay down the debt. First of all, I don't give a damn about this country's debt. That's what I don't care about. I didn't make them have it, and they don't care about mine. Second of all, this is not going to lower taxes, in my opinion. Trump's a liar who lies. He'll say anything to have us go along with stuff, and then just like he did with the Epstein list, and we still haven't gotten it yet. So I don't believe Trump. He's probably going to have this money going straight to his pockets. Now, a senior administration official who spoke on the condition of anonymity later told reporters that the administration is also working on a so-called platinum card to replace an existing investor visa. Congress will have to approve it, and then the platinum card will cost $5 million. It will allow foreigners to spend up to 270 days in the U.S. without being subject to U.S. taxes on non-U.S. income. $5 million for that? To stay for 270 days, that's not even a whole year. Honey, if I go to any country and I pay $5 million, baby, I'm never leaving. Okay, y'all can miss me with it. Okay, I'm about to be a whole citizen. What you talking about? $5 million. Like, get out of here. But anyway, so it goes on to say the second executive order Trump signed Friday was a proclamation that aims to implement a new $100,000 fee for high-skilled workers to enter the country through the H-1B visa program, a dramatic overhaul that the White House said is aimed at curbing abuse of the program and protecting American workers. He says, we need great workers, and this pretty much ensures that this is what's going to happen. That's what Trump said. How do you know that's going to happen, Trump? Now, the HB1 visa program is for highly educated, highly skilled workers like software engineers or medical professionals. American companies seeking to hire a foreigner on an HB1 visa must first attest that they haven't been able to find American workers with similar skills and that the foreigner will earn a salary similar to what an American worker would earn. Congress allows 85,000 H-1B visas to be issued through a lottery each year. And government data shows that the largest number of those workers are sponsored by large tech firms like Amazon, Microsoft, and Apple. But the Trump administration has said the program is rife with abuse and that despite the rules, many companies use HB1 visas to hire foreigners for less than what they would pay Americans. A 2020 study by the Economic Policy Institute found that most H1B employers do pay migrant workers less than market rate salaries. Now, during the signing ceremony on Friday, Trump and his Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick said the $100,000 fee due each year for each worker will disincentivize that. They say either the person is very valuable to the company and America, and this is what Lutnick says, or he says they're going to depart and the company is going to hire an American. He added that no longer will companies be able to put trainee workers on H-1Bs. If you're going to train people, you're going to train an American, Lutnick told reporters. Now, I wonder if Charlie Kirk would have had a problem with this and said that those people were stealing his people's jobs. I wonder if he would have said that about this. But let's continue. Now, current government fees for H-1B visas are trivial. It costs companies $215 to register for the lottery, along with several filing fees. Now, the H-1B program has long divided conservatives. Some, like former Trump advisor and tech mogul Elon Musk, have argued that the U.S. does not produce enough highly skilled engineers to satisfy the tech industry's demand. Others, like the far-right pundits Steve Bannon and Laura Loomer, have criticized the program as harmful for American workers. Now, Trump's orders come as his administration has moved to implement a series of higher fees on things like asylum applications and work permits, which are aimed at raising revenue to fund new immigration agents, as well as detention centers and other immigration enforcement initiatives. All right, so y'all heard that. It's all going down. And by that, I mean the hill. Okay? D Major Scale said Trump doesn't actually care about Kirk. Of course he doesn't. You saw what he told those people when he asked them how he was doing. I wish one of my friends would say something like that after I'm up out of here. Well, now the Queen's gone. How are you feeling? Are you okay? Like, yeah, I'm good. I'm about to go to the club and, get lit. What? Say what now? Honey, as soon as I get through rolling over in my grave, baby, I'm coming right back to get it set, okay? What was that you said? How I'll be haunting houses, all up in y'all's cars and everything. Please pay attention. Trump was very low down when he did that. Talking about the that fool said they're pouring the concrete for the new ballroom. A ballroom. This man just lost his life. I thought you cared about him. I thought you said he was like a son to you, that he was your friend, and you just dismissed the man's memory. Wow, Trump, you are low down, and y'all know it. D Major said Queenie was a new boat. Was it? How many boats is this man gonna destroy? Hold on. Senate Democrats attempt to limit Trump's power after Venezuela boat strikes. Oh my goodness. Nah, I don't think it's a new boat because the last one about the boats is from 2 days ago. What this is about what they're doing about him blowing up those boats. That's what that is. I don't think he blew up another one. I think they're going in on him about the last boats that he blew up, those last 2. So listen to this. They say Senate Democrats attempt to limit Trump's power after Venezuela boat strikes. Because didn't I tell you all he was just acting without authority, acting without, acting in lawlessness, okay, and just doing whatever, knowing he needs to get permission from Congress unless there's some sort of imminent danger or threat, or these people are deemed as terrorists, which he said they were terrorists, but we don't know who these people are. Trump could be telling us anything. Y'all know he loves to lie. So they say Democratic Senators Adam Schiff and Tim Kaine have introduced a new resolution under the War Powers Act that would stop U.S. military strikes against boats from Venezuela that President Trump says are smuggling fentanyl into the United States. Now, the resolution is privileged, which means it is guaranteed a vote on the floor, even though it has little chance of passing the Senate or the House and would be vetoed by Trump if it ever made it to his desk. But at the very least, it will put Republican senators on record on the question of whether Trump's use of force against the ships is legally justified. Now, critics of the president's actions argue that it violates the law and the Constitution. Didn't I tell you guys that when he did the first time? So Congress alone holds the power to declare war. Well, Trump thinks that he can do anything. Remember that day that fool said he can do whatever, he's the president? And while we share with the executive branch the imperative of preventing and deterring rugs from reaching our shores, blowing up boats without any legal justification risk dragging the United States into another war and provoking unjustified hostilities against our own citizens. Now, this is what Schiff said Friday in a statement. And you know what? I think that's probably what Trump is trying to do. Trump's probably trying to get us in a war. Okay, y'all know how he gets down. Now, Democrats say the administration has ignored requests from Democrats to provide more information about these strikes. They said the administration ignored requests from the Democrats to ignore the strikes or provide information about the strikes or details about their legal underpinnings. They say President Trump has no legal authority to launch strikes or use military force in the Caribbean or elsewhere in the Western Hemisphere. The administration has refused to provide Congress with basic information about the multiple strikes it has carried out, including who was killed, why it was necessary to put service members' lives at risk, and why a standard interdiction operation wasn't conducted. Okay, that's what Kaine said in a statement. And see, I told you all this last time when he blew up that first boat, he had it blown up. I told you he's supposed to go to Congress. He didn't do that. There was no sign or there was no evidence that he showed to prove that it was terrorists in the boat, that these people were really members of the Tren de Agua gang, that there was illegal substances on there. And like they said, no names. Who are these people? These people belong to somebody. Like, what's wrong with him? So the resolution will be referred to the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, which must discharge it to the Senate floor for a vote within 60 days of the president's announcement of the use of force. Schiff and Kane unveiled their resolution after U.S. forces sank a second Venezuelan boat on Monday. Now, Trump announced on Truth Social that military officials positively identified extraordinarily violent rug trafficking cartels and narco-terrorists. Trump signed a secret directive this summer ordering the Pentagon to use deadly force against Latin American rug cartels, which his administration has identified as terrorist organizations. U.S. forces struck another Venezuelan boat on September the 2nd, killing 11 people. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro condemned the action as a military act on civilians and accused the United States of trying to provoke war. This is exactly what I believe Trump's trying to do, because you all remember that I told you how Trump was plotting, in my opinion, because he already said something about this. If you all remember, Trump said that if there's a war, there's no election. You all remember that? You all remember that? That's what he said. That's what he said. And because Trump's doing anything to actually stay in the White House, anything that he can. So with that all being said, Trump, please have several seats. Okay. Please have several seats. So with that all being said, Angie said Trump ain't been in office a year yet, already causing chaos. Yeah, unfortunately, beloved. See, I'm not surprised, because I knew he would do something so egregious. Just getting there, start acting a whole fool. He can't help himself. He can't help himself, beloveds. Okay, so listen. Benny X said taking a page out of Netanyahu's book. Okay, I hope not, but he likely is, beloved. Special case that I do, you can't imprison a sitting president ever, or you can't imprison a sitting president either. Okay, y'all, let's just stay prayed up. Okay, let's just stay prayed up and hope for the best. All right. Just hope for the best. At the end of the day, that's all we can be doing right now, honey. And prayers up to the Most High. Okay? Because this is all nefarious. Lee Hall said white on white crime. Okay? Anyway, with that all been said, I am out of here. I hope you all enjoy the rest of this night. Okay? Enjoy your strong end, not the weekend, leaving you in a weakened state of mind. And so also, each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Until next time, I will talk to you all again soon. Peace.
With that soul all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece. This time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin. God God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin? God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they